This is Jamie with BarEye. In this video, we're going to show you how to handle if you scan a barcode and the item is not looked up, or if you look up the item by name and can't find it in the global database. So as we know, the best way to add a new item into your counting map is to scan the existing manufacturer's barcode. So take your barcode reader, scan the barcode, and it should normally be looked up. You can see in this case, I'm getting a red error message at the top that's telling me that there's no vessel with this barcode. First thing to do is try rescanning in case there was some type of error in scanning. Also ensure that you have a good internet connection, because obviously if you do not, it won't be able to look up that item from the global database. Having tested the barcode a couple of times, next thing to do is to look up the item by name. And a word on looking items up by name. We want to try search a couple of different ways. So if you're looking up an item, you'll want to look up both the family name like Bacardi and also the product name like Superior. And also always pay attention, of course, to the size, because many items have multiple different sizes of the same name product. You want to make sure you select the right one. That's ultimately why we try and do this on barcodes. But in some cases, for instance, kegs, it will be necessary to look them up by name. By doing a naming convention searches a couple of different ways, it ensures that we really make sure that the item is not there and just we're looking up under the wrong name. So again, suggest looking at the family or brewery name followed by the product name, and then look up those two things individually. Once you've confirmed that the item is not in the system, go ahead and click on Create New Vessel. And then let's talk quickly about naming conventions here. So category by category, if you're adding a draft beer, we always want to start the vessel name with the word keg to differentiate between the keg and obviously the canned or bottled version. And then in all cases, you'll want to include the brewery or family name. So say, Coors, and then the product is light, or Bullet bourbon, the family is Bullet, and then the product is their regular bourbon. And if it's a special edition or something, of course, include that. And then finally, you'll want to include the size of the item in the vessel name. So if you're doing a beer, most commonly it's going to be half or quarter, or some cases sixtel, or 13.2 gallon, or even 20 liter. But either way, you want to make sure that you include the vessel size in the name so that we can differentiate between different sizes. If we're talking about bottled beer, we'll include 12-ounce bottle, or 12-ounce can, or something indicative like 16-ounce, fairly self-explanatory. In the case of liquor items, always remember to include 1L, or 750, or 1.75L. That again will help us differentiate between different sizes of the product. And then of course in the case of wine, they will end with 750 in most cases, or 1.5 liters in others. The one final thing to pay attention to carefully, aside from selecting the right information here, is when you fill in the weight, which you don't have to do for draft items, but you do for liquor and wine items, make sure to get three things right. Indicate whether the item is full or empty, put the nominal weight, the number in there, and then be sure to include the right units. And a word for those of you using our Ascali scale, we recommend switching the scale over to grams when you're entering tare weights, because it'll be accurate and it saves you having to do mental math to convert from pounds and ounces into ounces. Always remember to enter the barcode, and ideally enter both the bottle barcode and the case barcode, or in the case of a bottled beer, you may even have a bottle barcode, a six-pack barcode, and a case barcode. And then you'll finish up by selecting the case quantity, and you're good to go. So there's a quick reminder. First of all, try scanning the item twice. Second of all, look it up using different names and different naming conventions, looking both for the full product name, the family or brewery name, and also the item name. And then remember the naming conventions whereby we add keg at the start of any draft beers. And then in all cases, we add the size like half barrel or 750, indicating, of course, the specific size we're putting into the system. As always, thanks for watching, and let us know if you need any other instructional videos. Thanks so much.